So hi everyone, my name is Lora and today I'm going to be the guide at a complete review of Brosix. We're about to cover what Brosix is, how you create a network for your team, how you work with a control panel, and last but not least, exactly how you communicate and collaborate with the Brosix Desktop Application. So what is Brosix? Let's dive into the short animated video to kickstart our session.
Brosix is a secure platform for all of your business's internal team communications. Each of your team members gets their own user account, and as an administrator of your Brosix network, you have full control over these accounts. Applications for Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, and web enable seamless team communication on any platform. Control over your entire Brosix network and all user accounts is enabled via the control panel, accessible from the web app. Alternatively, you can log into this panel from the Brosix website. Through this panel, you can create additional user accounts, remove accounts, organize your teams, for example by department, city, or country, and control feature usage from the control panel on an individual or team level. Choose how your team logs into their Brosix accounts, from mobile apps, desktop apps, the web app, or all of them, and easily add your company logo to customize the look and feel of your Brosix network. Brosix user activity logs help you review your team's communications. Communicate instantly via text, audio, and video chat. Create chat rooms and channels. Share your screen on calls and grant desktop access. Send instantaneous screenshots. Execute whiteboard presentations. Transfer unlimited files and folders, and much more. As you can see, with Brosix, it doesn't take much to scale up your team's productivity and security. Make efficiency work for you.
Now, hoping you have a slightly better understanding of what Brosix is about, let me jump on to the official website and begin the registration process of my team network. I'm personally using Mac, but you won't meet huge differences when starting on a Windows device. And if you feel more comfortable having someone lead you through the registration process personally, or in case you just want to have your company case discussed with a Brosix specialist, feel free to book your demo session from the Request Demo button from here. Now let's go and click on the Start Now button. Here you enter an email address, usually the email address of the manager who will be managing the network with all its users, settings, payments, etc. We continue ahead. So here we need to enter the name of the manager. In my case, this is Lora. This will be the main communication, and the company, your company. Then you add your phone number here. You give your team a name, which usually is your company name, and use a secure password. We continue to activation, and then Brosix automatically sends a code via your email so that you can activate your network. Here is the code. So this is the first email you will receive, the activation code from Brosix. We copy and then paste this code here. Activate your team. Congratulations, you start your free trial with Brosix. Great. So let's continue to setting up your team. This is a quick intro session recorded by me. In 10 minutes, you'll be able to see what Brosix gives you a team, how you create your users, and how you use the Brosix Desktop Application. So you might find this helpful. The next step is inviting your first teammates. So let's now say I will want to invite Finn, and I should type his email here. Once I invite him, he will receive an email and he will be able to join my private team. So you can add as many people as you like from here. at the beginning, and you'll be able to add more from the control panel, the admin control panel, which we will go to in a few minutes. So I will invite only 7 for now, so I continue ahead. So the next step you see here is you can open the application and start working together with your colleagues right away, or you can go to the control panel and manage your team. So let's start with the application. You should download the Brosix application from here, and you'll be able to start communicating with your colleagues you have already invited. So let's now log into the web application. So this is my team already. You will be transferred to this web application of Brosix, where from you can download the desktop application, which I suggest, and then you can continue adding more members, creating groups, just customizing your Brosix network for your team needs. So you need to click here to download the Brosix desktop app. It doesn't matter if you're using Mac or a Windows device. So you click here. As you can see, I have already downloaded Brosix, so I will directly click on the icon here. Let me see if I already have another email from Brosix. So here are my credentials to enter my user account as a user, not as an admin already. So network number, this is my network number. It is specific for just our network. That is for Lora's insurance company. So I copy this one, come here to the Brosix desktop app, I enter it here. My Brosix name is my username. In my case, this is my email address. And I can select any password for here. Let me see. So I am connecting, and here we are. So you can test your camera and sound from here to make sure that you'll be able to benefit from all features Brosix provides, or add more information about your profile. So here is Stefan's account here. As you can see, he's offline because he hasn't logged in to his account yet. But let me show you the features you'll be able to benefit from as a user here. You're able to set your profile, an image, any further information you'd like to add, and start communicating. Here will be your recent chats and all of the contacts you will be communicating with. So you have a text chat. Once you click on it, you're able to start texting with Stefan. You can say hi, you can nudge him, send any images, prepare canned responses that you might need to send in a second, not type every time, and send any emojis from here. You're also able to set a specific font or font size for your Brosix. It depends on your needs. So Brosix is very customizable, so you'll be able to set it to your specific needs. The second feature you have on the Brosix desktop application is create chat rooms. So once you add more people to your team, you'll be able to separate people in different chat rooms that they will be able to collaborate in. For example, it can be marketing, or let's say New York team. The next one is the send files. So this is the unlimited size file transfer. So once Stefan is online, you will be able to send him files instantly or directly. So this means that instant will go through the cloud, while the direct one is PC to PC, which is the more secure option, and Stefan will need to accept my files and choose where to store them on his computer. The next one is the instant screenshot. Once you click on it, Brosix will make a screenshot of your screen. You'll be able to edit it and send it instantly or directly. Audio and video calls happen from here, so you can click on this icon, start an audio call, and then basically you will be able to turn your camera on. Here is the screen sharing. You are able to share your screen and share your screen with remote control, or request to view your teammate's screen, view their screen with remote control as well. The whiteboard, this is an option to just draw something that you have in your mind to be able to collaborate better with your team. Co-browse, being able to browse in the internet with a colleague, and view history basically enables you to search by keywords or dates in your chat history. So if you say hi, Brosix will find it, and you know what you have exactly communicated about if you're wondering about the topic you have discussed back in time. So you are also able to change the layouts and the list type of your Brosix Desktop Application. Once you separate people in teams, you will be able to select your list type if you want it to be more compact and have a better view of it. Alright, so let's now get back again to where we were transferred to from the web application and access the control panel we were talking about. This is the Brosix control panel. You as a manager, you will have access to it, and please note that you can then add more administrators that can be responsible for just billing, or you just users, whatever you want. So Brosix here has 4 main tabs: the settings, users, download, and licenses. So we will cover these in a minute to show you what exactly Brosix allows you to control on your users. Let's click on settings. So this tab provides you with settings for the whole network level. I'm saying this because later you will see that you are able to control a specific user individually, while if we now go to these options, you'll be able to set them for the whole network. So let's now say you don't want your people to be able to create accounts for themselves, you just disable this feature. You will be the only one able to create accounts for them. Any-to-any contacts, if this is enabled, every user in your network will see other users in their contact list. This feature is available here because sometimes you might decide that you don't want some of the people to communicate with specific other people. And if this is enabled, everyone will see everyone on the list. Edit contacts, if disabled, you just have forbidden your teammates to manage their contacts lists, remove or add any people. Local groups, if you enable this, people will be able to create groups such as favorites in their contacts lists and more. Profile changes, if people can change anything on their profiles, passwords again. And then here, what devices they can log into their Brosix accounts from. Multiple logins, this is basically allowing your users to log in from multiple devices at the same time. Configurations, here we have, this is about the data storage management. It's again about security with Brosix because we provide you with total control of how your data will be stored on Brosix. So this is the expiration of your data on our servers. You might decide to keep it or just keep it for a day. Let's say this is the minimum time you can keep it for. After this period, your data will not be stored on our servers anymore. If you are willing to, though, have user activity logs sent to you, because later we will see an option in users that every month you will be receiving a zip file with all records generated in each month. So to have this option, you need to choose at least 1 month to have your history kept. This should be synchronized with everything, and you should choose your time zone to have the archives saved in the right time zone for you. Local history expiration, this is about the chat history your teammates will be seeing. So if you decide to have it to 0, set value 0, and local history in user computers will never be deleted. So it will be kept forever and they will be able to search in it. Well, if you want, you can set it to, let's say, 7 days, which will be every week. Let's say on Monday, people will not any longer see their chats from the previous week. And that is usually set to security reasons. The welcome module is something that I really like because it's very cool. So let's enable it to show it to you. So basically it allows you to set a URL here, choose show at start once, and the people in your team will receive this link as soon as they log into their Brosix account in the morning. So if there is a cool news about your company, or if there is something very important people need to see as soon as they log in and start work, this link will pop up on their screen once they log into Brosix. So that's why it's called a welcome module. Auto users wait time, users auto wait time is the status here that we have. So as you can see, you can set yourself to away or busy, usually online when using your computer. But if you set it to, let's say, 2 minutes, this means that if a user does not use their mouse or do anything on their computer for 2 minutes, they will appear away and you will know that this user is away from their desk or just not working. And the auto start desktop application, if this is enabled, this means that Brosix will start with the Windows of the computer or the Mac, and people will not have to go and click on the icon every day to start Brosix. Okay, then are the integrations. Brosix has a live chat that can be put on your website to communicate with visitors. Notifications API is pretty cool because you may decide to integrate a specific application or software other in Brosix. This happens through Zapier or Integrately. So you can choose, for example, to integrate your Google Calendar into Brosix, and if there is any event that is about to happen, you will receive a notification on Brosix that reminds you about this. And the Net API allows you to integrate your systems into Brosix, like an Active Directory. Module permissions is about the features your whole team. Again, I'm saying that this is about a network level control. So if you don't want people to use the broadcast message, which in my case was disabled, and that's why you weren't able to see it here. The broadcast message, let me focus on it for a second, is a one-way message you can send to your people, like meeting at 2 p.m. This will pop up on this screen, and once they click OK, you will receive a thumb up and you will know which people have seen this message. So here, under module permissions, you're able to disable or enable specific features for your team to use. You may, for example, not want them to use audio and video call. You just click on it, move it to here, and it will be under disabled modules. Then you apply the permissions to all existing users and save. Branding is, again, a cool feature about Brosix because it allows you to put your company logo here, and once people log into Brosix under the status here, you'll be able to see the logo of your company. You can also choose a theme. It can be, we also have a a dark theme. And again, about the contact list type I was talking about previously, you can set it to, let's say, more compact for better visibility even from here. The contact information is the information we have about you, basically what we have as a communication with your company. For example, sending any emails to this email about payments due or any new updates, anything important will be sent to this email we have here. Administrators, as I said, you are able to add with the premium plan as many administrators as you need and want to have. So for instance, new administrator, you add the name, and the email and the password for this person, the new administrator you are adding, and you decide their control level. So you may need just to have an admin that is managing the payments, adding like being responsible for the credit or debit cards. You just have you just set a billing tab permission to them and create their account. Again, it can be users or users and billing or everything, as I am right now. Then the connections, Brosix now allows networks to create with other networks if you need to collaborate with another team globally. Then we go to the second important tab we have, and this is the users. So user accounts. This is very important to remember. So under users, user accounts is where you can add more users to your Brosix network. You can also follow where your users have been logged in from, what device, whether they're online or not, and their last login. Let me at first show you how you add a new user, how you delete, and then I will focus on the individual settings you can apply to a specific user. So if you want to, so now I just have Stefan and me here as users, but if you want to now add more people to the network, you come here, new user, add their first name, last name, choose a username, which I usually suggest people to use the first name of the user or their email address in order to not forget it. Choose a simple password. The person might change it later, and write down their email. As you can see here, if the check mark is put on, send the user an email with the account details. And once you hit create, the user will receive such an email containing their network number, their username, their password, and a link to download Brosix. So basically they will receive all the information they need to get the application, log in, and start communicating with the team. Let's now get back again to user accounts. If you want to delete a user permanently, you click here on delete and delete the user. As I said, from here, from the user accounts, you can apply individual settings to any user you want. Sorry. So I click on Lora, and this is the information about my user account. I can send a profile picture, add any further information, go to settings. The user is active now. If you want to disable a user without permanently deleting them, just deactivate them for some time, you can simply deactivate, disable the user. Security level, this is about how much control an administrator will have to this profile. So if you set it to restricted, again from the administrators, let me show it to you. If let me show you how we go to Lora, my account. Okay, so we now don't have another administrator, which I can show it to you. But my security level is high, so this means I have full access to all users' data. If this is restricted, about me here, have access to regular users and to restricted users' data, and normal, have access to regular users' data, can't access restricted accounts. So if you set it to, the security level of a user to restricted, and some of the administrators are with normal access, they will not be able to see or control this account. Alright, so then we have to go to controls. This is again similar to the settings I just showed you here, but this time this is about this specific user account here. So let's say you choose if they're able to do changes on the profiles, if they're able to use the desktop, the mobile web app, multiple logins. The contacts, you can manage a person's contacts list. You can add, let's say, Stefan to this list or remove them. Modules, which again, features this person will be able to use, which groups they're part of, and 1 to any for the group. So basically, if this person is set under a specific group here, 1 to any for a group, they might not be a member of it, but will be able to communicate with the people here that are the members of a specific group. Alright, so this was about the user accounts here. As I said again, you can add new users from here, delete, set specific settings for a user, and just track them if they're online, what device they're logged in from, and more. Then are the connected accounts. So this is again about connecting with another Brosix networks. The user activity log is something very cool because you can track communication between employees. Let's say I add Lora and Stefan because that's what I have here for now. I want to get the report and get it from 19th of October till now. Show the report. And you can basically see what these people have chatted between each other and what time at. The user activity log archive I talked about previously is that every month you will receive a zip file here in a TXT format containing all the generated logs from all the users from this month. You'll be able to download it for your reference then, and can delete it. Once you delete it, this information will no longer be kept on our servers. So this is again about the data storage management I was talking about, that you have full control of it on Brosix. Then groups. So please note that groups and chat rooms on Brosix are different things. So for example, you want to add a group. Let's say the group name is marketing. Create new group. You then add members to it. We add Lora and Stefan. And you can decide if you want to generate a chat room to this group, meaning that people are not just separated, that you'll be able to see them separated for better visibility, but they will be able to communicate with each other and collaborate. So for example, you might want to separate people by location or department, let's say New York team, Las Vegas team or so, and you just might want to have them separated for better visibility and organization in the team, but you may not want for them to have a chat room to communicate with each other or so. So this is not a necessary step, but you can assign a chat room to it. If you make a group private, means that just the people that are members will be able to see that this group exists. And then here are the chat rooms. Again, this is just a collaboration space that people can, like more than 2 people, can exchange any files, information, or whatever. 1 to any for the network is a setting usually set for the managers of the company. So if I add myself here, this means that I will be able to see everything in the network, no matter if a group is private, no matter if, let's say, Stefan is not seeing another member because they're not in their contacts list. This means if I'm 1 to any for the network, that I can see everything as a manager. Then we go to the import and export parts. This is very important because if you're planning to add like a lot of people to your team, if you're, let's say, a team of 200 people, it will not be very convenient to go to the user accounts and add people one by one through new account. This will be very frustrating. So you can sync with Active Directory or just import a CSV file, and here is a tutorial on how you can do that and all the information you might need. You can then export if this is needed. Live chat sessions, you can basically track what your agents are communicating with visitors on the website. If you have placed the Brosix live chat with get here. The last tab, sorry, not the last tab, the third tab that I really wanted to show you is the download one. Here you can get Brosix from, just downloaded it to your desktop. Then we have install Brosix in a corporate environment if this is needed. Basically here you have tutorials that might help you with integrations or how to add the web client to your website. This is the live chat. The last important one here is the licenses. So this is how you purchase licenses on Brosix. So if we go to current, you are able to say what your current plan is. So now I am on a free trial. I have a maximum of 1,000 user licenses to use till November 9th. If I want to order licenses after the free trial, I go to update. I choose my plan. Let's say premium. You'll be able to actually compare the plans on the website from Brosix pricing. You select the billing cycle because you can pay for like monthly or annually. Let's say annually because it's cheaper, and you choose how many users you need to have in your network. Then you click order and you'll be forwarded to a page to add your payment method. That is how you add user licenses, how you purchase them after the free trial ends. And you will receive an email reminding that the free trial is to its end, so you'll be able to purchase through a link if it would be more convenient for you. Then is the support. You can always contact us from this form here. You can choose a priority, or if it's about tech, billing, sales. You can also contact us via phone number, but this is the best form you can use to contact support with any questions, issues, or so. Then is the statistics. The health status is something that we have made in order to keep you updated. If you experience an issue with Brosix, you will be able to come here and say if it's something from our servers, their health status. If it's 100%, it might be something from your end. If it's something from us, you'll be able to see it here. Then general is basically allowing you to see how many people we have online, just some basic statistics which can be then transferred to graphics and charts. Then is the billing information that we have about you. Any payments will be applied here. You'll be able to see any payments you have, and the payment method you are using once you purchase licenses. And this is your account as an administrator of the network. So this is basically what you have in the Brosix control panel and the Brosix application once you begin the registration process and add your first users. So if you have any questions, or if you need to, as I said, have your case discussed, you can always book a demo session from the Brosix website, or just call us to seek any support or have any questions. So thank you very much for your time now. I'll be happy to hear from you, any feedback, any suggestions for us, and hope to see you again on Brosix. So bye for now.